So before I start this video, I just want to do like, not a disclaimer, but I guess like clarification. So to some people maybe it's the same, but for me, I make a very clear distinction between meal planning and meal prepping. So this is gonna just be like how I like figure out what like stuff we're gonna eat for the week, and I don't like make like batch meals to like, you know, like do like one big cook on Sunday and like have food for the whole week. Like, it's not like that. So yeah, now that you know, let's get into it. So I have a little notebook. It's just a regular old notebook. The only thing that's like special about it in the least is that it has like a little pocket at the front, but I don't use this anyways. So yeah, it's pretty much just like a regular notebook. And I use this to write down pretty much everything, but this includes like grocery lists and meal planning and stuff like that. So what I do is I'll open up my notebook like so, and then on one side of the page I'll write like a list of like lunches and dinners for the week, and then on the like opposite side of the page I'll do everything that's like the grocery list. So I love this idea of having them like on the same, like pretty much the same page, just so that you're not like flipping back and forth, and it's also just really easy to see like, okay, if like this is a recipe I'm making, then I need to make sure I have all the ingredients that I need to buy here, or like vice versa, you know, if like these are the things that I'm buying, I need to make sure that I'm planning to use them this week, or like, you know, before they're gonna go bad. I actually like to make my grocery list in a very, very specific way, so I'll like explain that to you guys. Don't mind my hair, it's like getting frizzy and it's been like 20 minutes. Alright, I'm gonna use this whiteboard to show you, because if I write it in the notebook it's gonna be like too small for you to see. So I'll make 2 lines on the page like this, so I have like 4 different quadrants, and then I'll have that be different sections of the grocery store pretty much. So the 4 sections that I have are, I think you guys can see that. The 4 sections I have are refrigerated, frozen, dry goods, and non-food. So I love organizing my list like this because it makes grocery shopping super easy, and it also helps me realize if, you know, there's a lot in one section. Like if there's like a ton of stuff, like I try to keep most of my stuff under the refrigerated section, because that is going to be like, you know, the healthy stuff generally, like, you know, fresh food. And then if there's a ton of stuff in the frozen section, that's kind of like either for like stocking up for like stuff that's gonna last for a while, so you don't have to worry about like buying too much and it going bad, but it's also sometimes not the healthiest stuff. Depends on what you're buying, I guess, but in my world it's generally less healthy stuff. And then non-food, like this will be like random other things that we need, because we usually do our grocery shopping at Walmart. So if we need like, you know, dish soap or laundry detergent or whatever, but also if I know that something I'm making I need, you know, a spatula or a baking pan, something like that, that'll go down here. And then dry goods is just like, you know, spices, flour, sugar, that kind of stuff. So I make my grocery list and plan my meals simultaneously. So I will decide what I'm buying based on what I want to make, but I'll also decide what I want to make based on what I'm buying. So if I have time, I like to go through all the like store circular things you get in the mail, and go through any like coupons you might get in the mail, and see like, you know, what's on sale, what I can get a good deal on, and, you know, decide like, oh, I could make, you know, this meal with like these ingredients, and plan my meals that way. But of course sometimes there's just like something that I'm really craving, like a certain meal or certain food, and then I will, you know, kind of decide ahead of time, like, am I gonna buy this week or not? Because I try to limit my like impulse buying so that I don't have just like random food in the house and have like too much food and stuff that's bad. In addition to looking at what's on sale and what coupons I have, I will also look in my fridge. So I'll see if I have a lot of something that's going to go bad soon, then I'm definitely going to like make a recipe that involves that. And it's kind of funny because some foods, like, at least for me, like need to be paired with others. Like corn, I only like in this one specific thing I make in the crock pot that has cream cheese in it. So I mean, I feel like corn's a bad example because usually we just have like canned corn, which isn't like something that goes bad, but you know, I guess kind of like the reverse is a good example. So if we had a bunch of cream cheese that was gonna go bad, I'd be like, oh, let me go buy some corn so I can like make this thing use up the cream cheese. Another thing about going through the fridge when you're planning meals is you can see not only if there's something that you have a lot of that you want to use up, you can also see if there's something that you're like running low on that you know you want to get more, which for me, I'm not as good about that, I will say. I usually only look to see if there's like too much of stuff and not when there's like not enough of something, but that's definitely something I should be better about because it's also not good to like go to the grocery store like too often because it just makes it so much more tempting to like impulsively buy things because you're like constantly tempting yourself. So I don't know, I feel like most people make a list, but that's kind of like the other side of the meal planning. I would definitely recommend meal planning to everyone because it just simplifies your life so much if you can just take, you know, if you just take like 10 to 30 minutes to just see what's in your fridge, see what's in your pantry, like, you know, figure out what you want to make for the week. It saves so much time. It makes grocery shopping so much easier. It like helps you waste less food. There's not like random stuff you forget about in your fridge, and it just makes it a lot easier. Like at the end of the day, you don't ever have to think, you know, oh, what am I gonna have for dinner tonight, because you've already got that list. And I actually don't. So what I used to do was have it actually broken out day by day, like lunch, dinner, like this is what we're having. And I found that that didn't really work so well because, you know, if either we had leftovers or we wanted to go out or whatever, it just didn't always work out where I could plan specific meals for specific days. So I'll just do 4 for the week and then decide whichever 4 days of the week we're going to use them. Making my grocery list at the same time has saved me so much worrying about like deciding I want to make something and then realizing I don't have the ingredients for it or like the kitchen tools for it because I already figured out all that stuff ahead of time. Another way that this helps me is deciding what recipes not to try or what recipes I can simplify, because if I'm going through and, you know, I've got my meal over here that I'm making and I'm writing out everything I need to buy for it and it's like, you know, 17 different ingredients I need for this one recipe, then it's kind of a waste of money because, you know, you don't want to buy an entire head of cilantro if you're only going to use, you know, a teaspoon of it, or, you know. I try to stick to foods that are multi-purpose, or I know I'm definitely going to use the entire thing. I tend to stay away from recipes that have either a large number of ingredients or have very specific ingredients that I know I would never use in any other way, just like this one specific meal, because it's just kind of a waste of money. If there is a specific meal that you really, really like or you really want to try, then, you know, it's good to try to think of other ways that you can use that same ingredient. So, for example, I really wanted to have curry, and so I bought coconut milk, and then I just had half a can of coconut milk and nothing to do with it because I was like, I don't know what else to do with this other than curry, and I didn't have any more curry, so it ended up just going bad. And the next time I wanted that curry, I was like, hold that thought. And so I was like on Pinterest, like looking for stuff, and then I found like I think it was carrot ginger soup or something like that that had coconut milk in it. So I was like, great, like I can have my curry and I can have my soup and nothing goes to waste. I haven't been meal planning for that long, especially like in this way, and I'm sure that the way I do it is definitely going to like change or like evolve over time, but this is how I do it right now, and it's definitely something that I'm going to stick with like for the foreseeable future, because it has just helped me so much, and it really doesn't take that much time, and I think it's fun because, you know, I feel like it makes me more excited to cook when I've got all of the pre-work taken care of. I know that I've already got all the ingredients and all the tools that I need, and I never have to like come home at the end of a day and be like exhausted and like have to think about what I'm gonna make. It's just already figured out. I hope you guys liked this video. Make sure you like it if you did, and comment down below and tell me if you meal plan or if you want to start meal planning, and you know, tell me what you like about it, if there's like something that you like or something that you do that I didn't talk about. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.